just do it quickly, Sheila. Just not over there. I'm not gonna sit on the chief's chair because that's just rude. I'm sure would you believe me? Just we should always have two people who are asking questions. This one just there's always a third person to verify things.
Okay.
Where have you been for 15 minutes, Sheila? Where have you been? I've been trying to call you.
I don't have any phone calls.
No, your radio was turned off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so where were you? No?
Just chilling.
Then you come back with a wanted suspect.
Yes.
You can deviate from anywhere else, yeah, Mr. Beck.
No, I didn't
Wait,
deviate.
what are you doing up there?
Haven't a chat.
Having a chat with who?
The suspect.
Suspect. Why didn't you say you would know or could find the wanted suspect, but we could have called 11 instead?
Because I knew if you guys would show up, he would run. Didn't he?
He would run. Right. In the game of helping criminals, are we? Sure.
No. Yeah, no, because I would go corrupted for criminals, Brittany. I would risk everything, my job, my livelihood.
That's what I'm asking, Sheila.
No.
We've never spoken to a few officers about it. It's sort of been the reason why I brought you in the office, because I think it's quite strange to be out in the middle of nowhere that we bring back a criminal and just no call in from anyone. But be able to turn off right to you to split it and finish with the suspect. It's flagging a lot of suspicions for me. Sheila. Just someone like yourself would explain those suspicions for me.
As I said, I went alone because I knew if anyone else showed up, he'd run. He's already run twice, is he not?
Okay. No, letting me know that you brought him back or anything?
No, because I didn't know you wanted to talk to him.
Some of the Rams smell. I would like to hope that it's a bit more and I hope that the police can trust.
What did you think I was gonna do?
Nothing, sure. Just too many little inconsistencies. Just don't know. I mean, why in the middle of the bush? Why you knowing you, Shelley, you know, we're getting quite a bit that you could people that are less needed. I barely recall going out of way to help them.
I'm telling you now, I would never go out of my way to help a criminal.
Okay. Just seems like you may have witnesses out there else come up there, no?
What?
Did you not go up there?
There was one person there, but I didn't know he was there till I got there.
Okay. So another person apart from Mr. Deck.
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
Any other officers alright?
There was one. Pet, but he brought up after.
After. Okay. Chill, like I hope that's all it was you bringing in a suspect. Hope you have a good night now, yeah?
Yeah, I was only bringing in a suspect, Brittany. Because it seems something fucking different. At the end of the day, I'm not the only criminal here.
Can I leave now?
This isn't a question of friends, this is a question of me from rank over you.
Yeah, Brittany, okay.
Yeah, stop. You want to show a little bit of disrespect or respect to Sheila? I didn't make any obscene accusations. Respected what I said.
I mean, it felt like accusations to me.
Comment like that, and then we're gonna have to go about this. If you
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, spot. I'll bring it down the rank on you if that's what I have to do with danger of respect.
Like, okay, Brittany.
What? All they are suspicions, Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go around and say all this horrible shit about me. Guess what?
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought, Sheila.
Yeah, nice talking to you,
Sit
Brittany.
there and face your problems, can you?
My problems, Brittany. My problems.
Alright, come on, guys.
Because it's just
Come on,
silly.
let's-
Sheila.
Silly.
We could have this conversation not in uniform outside of this whole building, and guess what? We could split. But the
Why are we
fact that
still
you're
going on
standing in
about this?
The fact you're standing in the middle of, the fact that you're standing here in your
Damn
uniform.
straight, I'm gonna
and you
stand in the middle because I don't
insult-
want to see.
I'm not talking about
I
you,
don't want to
just
see
sit-
my senior sergeant
I'm
arguing with
talking
somebody
through
else.
you. That's
Well,
regardless of
I'm
what
sorry,
department
but
you guys
I
are in.
understand that you're upset by something that she might have said, but then you're egging it on by saying something else. I just don't want to see you two arguing, alright?
At the end of the day, if this has happened at a police station and not in your uniform, Sheila, the situation would be dealt differently. But the fact that you think that you're a different department and that I can't have a say in anything, it doesn't go that way.
I never said that. I just said my opinion.
That's fine. You keep your opinion outside and you be professional. I don't give a shit what you think about me, but inside these walls, you respect me. Bye, Sheila.
Oh, I'm done.
Who'd you have in custody?
I had Fleck Dick in custody. You know, the one that we've been trying to get for the past week?
Yeah, that's also, well, he's about to have another warrant out because of the casino stuff.
And let's be real, if anyone else showed up besides me, he would have ran. And
Besides you, though.
I don't know.
So what happened? And believe me, I'm on your side. Always have been. Carbo forever.
Okay. So he messaged me, asking to want to have a chat. I went up there, and he wanted to know what the warrants were for. So I told him. And I told him there's one of two options. You can live here. We didn't meet. Nothing happened. This was in discussion after the warrants, by the way. We can talk. We can meet. We'll talk about it. And I have one of two options. I can take him in. I can be light. Or I told him that I can let him go off, but the warrant's going to be up over time. It's going to be a lot worse. Nothing else happened besides that.
So what did he choose?
He chose to come in. But-
So what did he get? Did he go to jail?
Oh yeah, of course. I sent him to jail. No questions asked. But it seems like seems like suspicious to Brittany, according to her.
Look, I'm not how you feel about it, and all that sort of stuff. I will say personally, and there's nothing against you, it's kind of weird that, you know, the leader of a motorcycle gang specifically wants to just talk to you. I mean, we haven't seen it from any other gangs, and all that sort of stuff. I don't doubt you, and I'm not questioning your loyalties. I'm just saying it is a situation that, if you're sitting on the fence looking at both sides, is a bit odd. But I mean, you know, from what everyone said about that, it's a bit hypocritical. They kind of say the same thing. So I mean, you know, you do what you gotta do, but as I said, I'll go you back. I mean, if you get stuck, let me know or something like that. Because I mean, I know it might be a while because he wanted to turn himself in, you know, see what his options are from that and what happens next time.
I do the tiniest thing out of the book, and it seems like to be such a big issue. And then, you know, we have this. Oh.
I get it. Believe me, I get it. It's not fair. But maybe around for a bit. Just while I was going to have a meal. Now I'll go and have a meal.
Yeah, I'll be up in my office. Typing shit.
Are you going up to Newcastle?
I don't know. Probably. I don't fucking know. As far as I know, I'm about to hand in my badge and call it a day, because it seems like no matter what I do, as an officer of the law, it seems to be an issue to someone. As soon as I do one tiny thing, the one can see it's another issue.
Don't like it, yeah. I'm sure she wins.
It's the problem problem. She always wins, Haywood.
Maybe someone else will join me.
Good luck. As long as she's in the Super Nintendo's pants, she's won. She's covered. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do.
I know.
What do I know? Just a highway officer. I'll be back. I'm going for a drive.
Alright, what's going on?
What's going on? Haywood?
It's tough with Shayla. Come on, what's up?
What isn't up?
What, are you,
Let's.
what were you talking about in your messages?
Can't do it. I can't stand by the bitch anymore. It's all too much. Every day, I live with knowing she murdered someone, she tried to kill someone, and she tried to kill Ryder. I have to live there every fucking day of the week. And there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can fucking do. And I work as an officer every day. Like, everyone's bullshit. What about Sheila? No one cares about Sheila. No one cares about Sheila. Sheila's just good personality. Here I am to deal with the bullshit. Over time, takes the toll. Just left to clean up the mess. Sheila Marie always left to clean up other people's mess. Everyone's mess I have to clean up. And you know what? Maybe I should just pop it, be over with, done with. Be done with. Be done with. It always seems to be Sheila Marie's fault. Sheila Marie's fault. My fault. No one else's.
3 officers turned up. Quick response time. Good for them. Now, when you finish doing that, so I don't have to deal with telling people to fuck off.
Maybe I should tell them to fuck off.
I already had Tristan give the shit to me because he asked who the officer was, and I told him not to worry about it. Then he was like, "Okay, Sergeant," which kind of sucks because me and Tristan have always been on good terms. But I can deal with that later. So what's going on? I mean, I can't say I've ever seen you to the point where you've come up somewhere quiet and then unloaded on a cop car. Which, just so you know, is probably leaking fuel.
Maybe I should just fucking shoot the fuel at this road.
No, because my BMW's there.
What's the point, Haywood, anymore? Let's be real. The job.
What do you mean?
What are we defending anymore exactly? We have a murderer as one of the top ranking officers in the thing, and there's nothing we can do about it.
What do you mean, Brittany?
No shit. And then, you know, she goes and accuses me of fucking corruption.
Yeah,
And
like
yet-
I said to you before. It's,
I don't know.
I mean, before Ryder left, you had a case, right?
Casey's gone. She's probably burnt it somewhere for all I know.
Can we still get in contact with Ryder?
Doubt it.
I mean, he ain't dead.
Doubt it.
I mean, what I remember of him being, he would have just had one copy of the files.
I have
Like, after
the notes.
seeing what I saw at that morning, well, I mean, in the house, I kind of don't expect to get there.
I have all the notes that he took on that case.
So,
I have all the witness statements. I have everything that happened. All his notes, everything that he wrote down for that case at home. But because I know nothing's going to be done about it, no one's going to pick up the case. There's no point. And then I think to myself, well, if we can't stop someone like that, what's the point? And the fact that she accuses me of fucking corruption makes me wonder why I haven't put the badge on anymore. What's the point? What does this badge represent anymore? It doesn't protect the public. Yep. Okay. Tell me that when cops are murdering people for no reason. All that shows is I don't know anymore. I don't.
I mean, what do you want to do about it?
There's nothing we can do. That's the thing. She will always win, Haywood. She has everyone twisted around her little finger. She will always win. And as I said,
She doesn't have everyone
there's no one.
listed. Me, Bobby.
Bobby won't go up against her. I can guarantee you that now. Because if it would have, something would have happened by now.
What makes you think he wouldn't?
Because nothing's been.
His hands are tied as well. It's the chief.
As long as the chief's there, Brittany's not going anywhere.
Well, I mean, I think we need to find out who from back then can help us out. And I think Bobby's the person to talk to. Because I know some shit that none of you know.
Like what?
And I was sworn secrecy, and I've kept that promise, but not so much to the point of wanting to keep it from for the exact same reason that you're thinking right now, that nothing's going to happen because, you know, it's all tied in.
It's funny thing is, no matter who you tell Haywood, no matter who you talk to about it, they won't listen.
Well, that's what I mean. Bobby will listen.
Bobby will listen, but he won't do anything about it.
Not without hard evidence.
What's he gonna do? He won't do anything.
Well, I mean, he was there the night that we took it to your house. Why wouldn't he?
I don't get why she just doesn't fucking admit it. It's not hard.
Yeah. I mean, if we can get Bobby, because he was from back then, like, I don't, you know, without Ryder, like, the only person we can even possibly attempt to count on is Bobby.
We've tried it.
Well, then what can we do?
Nothing we can do, Haywood. That's the point. There's nothing we can do.
I mean, Brittany confessed something to me when she was in prison.
What?
The day that I was meant to go and have the meeting with the superintendent about what happened that night at your place.
Mhm.
I blew him off and told him that my car broke down and that I was just getting it repaired and that I'd be in as soon as I can. I was at the prison because she messaged me. Oh, sorry, she got a message to me and got me to call. Said that she needed to tell me something.
What'd she say?
And she told me a story of what happened on the boat with Ewan. She reckons that Ewan was going to kill her, and then I think it was Faith. Faith? Yeah, I think it was Faith. Turned the gun on him because she didn't want to shoot her best friend. And Brittany told me that she slipped and bumped Faith, and Faith shot Ewan.
I don't believe her.
Well, I mean, she hasn't told anyone else. I mean, like, I've sat on that for a long time.
But let's put another
It's pretty
question
much
in the
same
picture.
day as the court date.
If it wasn't deliberate, why would she try and hide the evidence? Why wouldn't she get Hewan convicted? Why would she try to kill the person who was trying to get the evidence?
Well, because who did she try and kill?
Ryder. Me and Ryder were in...
Didn't she kidnap you as well?
No. Oh, yeah, sure, she did at one stage. So, the night...
Yeah, because at the fuel station that day.
So, there was a night that... This was before Ryder went on suspension. Or it was after, I'm not sure. There was a night...
You got kidnapped, like, a couple of days after you went on suspension.
She's trying to clean up... She was trying to clean up the trails. She doesn't know that I have all his notes and everything he knew stashed away.
And the only thing she knows that anyone knows is what I know that she told me. So at the moment, the only way she could know that one of us, you know, had spoken to the other, or something like that, is if somehow someone gave her the, you know, told her the information that she'd only told me. I mean, shit, I know I've only just become sergeant and all that sort of stuff, but I don't want to deal with this shit. I want to work with people that have my back, that I know I can depend on no matter what. That's why I stick around you and a couple of the other guys. Because I know no matter what, instead of questioning me or doubting me, you'd ask me about it first. And I'd do the same for you. I always find out why before what.
The helicopter.
Might be one of the tours. I mean, hang on, let me see if Bobby's on duty. Well, I mean, you know, as much as I'm with you on this, what are we going to do with 2 people? And I mean, we can't really drag any of the new recruits in because they don't know anything about it. And I mean, really, the only way to get rid of the problem is to get rid of the problem. And I mean, you know, that's... Look, I'm fine with fucking getting someone kicked off the force, but I don't know how fine I am with, you know, taking someone's life. And then, you know, what, even if we got outside help, you know, even if we told one of the, like, the outsiders or fucking the Cobras or whatever, as soon as she gets taken, it's gonna be the same shit from Chief. Everyone fucking on duty to go and find her and all that sort of shit. So
Always wins. Always fucking wins. Every time.
let me just park this down the end, and then you can blow that up if that's what you want to do.
Every time she always wins.
What are you shooting at now? It tastes good. I mean, like, if you want to do something about it, then just fucking do something about it.
What am I supposed to do, eh? At the end of the day, I'm just Sheila.
Yeah, and I know less than you. I know one thing, but like I said, I've got your back.
I don't know. There's part of me saying that I should just throw it all away. Get it ever happen.
Yeah, but you're not the type of person that'll let something like that go. All it's gonna take is the next time she fucking calls you on something. I mean, as I already said, yeah, from an outside perspective, it might have looked a bit sus. But, I mean, with all the shit that's happened between you two, I don't think that it should have been handled that way. And that's why I stepped in the middle of you two down, you know, when we went downstairs. It wasn't because I was trying to stop you having a go at her, it was because I didn't want to hear the shit that she was going to say to you. And if you want to do something about it, we have to get Bobby on our side.
I can guarantee
So,
nothing will happen.
Unless someone can get in contact with Ryder, then we're stuck. And honestly, as much as I fucking hate to say it, I'd rather see you leave the force with, you know, everything intact, so to speak, than have something happen and, you know, have to deal with all of that bullshit. Because I don't, you know, well, not that I don't need to deal with it, but I don't want to deal with fucking other officers that haven't been around long enough and all that sort of shit. Asking questions, you know, questioning your loyalty and all that sort of shit, because I know where it's at.
Don't know what else to do.
Fuck, she's here.
Haywood, that'll be perfect.
Yep.
Alright, what's going on here?
Nothing.
Shooting at police cars?
Yeah, 6x60, I'm gonna escort him as well.
Guess they're in your police uniform.
Unescort me, I'll walk.
You
Come
wanna
on,
answer my
Sheila.
question?
What's the question?
Well, what's going on here? Why did I was doing paperwork and I got about 20 shots fired in this area right here. And I come here and it's letting off steam. And I'm looking at the car right now, dripping petrol out of it with gunshot.
Oh shit, I still.
Oh, I didn't even see the petrol underneath it.
I can hear it. I don't even have to see it. So what's going on?
I think most of us know exactly what's going on here. So it's
What?
the fucking bearded boy over there.
And lie to me.
Cause a bearded boy.
No, not because of bearded boy. Can you go away?
Okay.
No, he's got, no, he's an
okay.
officer. He's got a reason to stay. Active crime scene.
Okay. Okay.
What's going on?
I don't think I need to talk about that when there's a probationary constable here.
It's alright. I'll trust him.
Some people want to hear what I have to say.
That's
I
fine.
mean,
Regardless, if it wasn't you, Sheila, if we weren't here, he's a general duties officer. He'd be taking the statement either way. So he's here.
so why are you guys shooting at cars? Police cars, to be more exact.
Haywood's got nothing to do with it.
Well, yes, he
Oh,
does.
Haywood-
but
Haywood's, yep, he's an officer too, so if he's not reporting it... Have you guys
Then-
heard of a shooting range at all? They exist.
let alone making a full statement to police stating letting off steam.
That's exactly what I was doing.
At,
And you think
Wasn't a false statement.
at a police vehicle. Shooting at a police vehicle. Like the car that you drive. With the department that you run. Both of these. Both leaders of Highway Patrol. So why are we shooting at police cars? If you guys got nothing to tell me and you've got no reason, I'm just gonna arrest both of you guys and charge you both.
What am I getting charged for?
Because you haven't reported this. She's shooting at police vehicles. The best thing you can do is cuff her and calm her down. You're just standing here.
Yeah, because putting her in cuffs is going to calm her down. I was trying to de-escalate the situation in the first place. Hence why I told the officers when they turned up that if there was any shots fired, just to ignore it, and then I was dealing with the situation. It's the
Wait,
same
sorry.
as I told Tristan.
wait, was that I see that as an abuse of rank. Telling officers not to respond to reports of shots fired. Because I'm telling
How
you right
is
now, I was just down
how
the
is that
road.
an
I
abuse of
didn't even
rank?
know. I heard, oh, Haywood. What I heard was, oh, no, Haywood said it's all under control. So I went went and made this silly, stupid assumption to trust the fact that, okay, Haywood's got it, he must be on duty, he must be in uniform, he's told them he's got it, it's okay. But then when I heard that and realized that you weren't on duty, it made it twice as worse. I'm going, wait, there's something bigger going on here. Sheila's magically then gone MIA. Then Bobby contacts me and tells me what's going on down here.
Alright.
Okay.
Gonna patch you down, take it off you too. It's also a fuck ton of money, haven't you?
Yeah, it's from fucking. Where would it be from, Bobby?
Oh, well, I don't know, that's...
You don't know? It's from work, Bobby. It's from fucking work.
Wow.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Oh.
Calm down, Sheila. Don't you dare resist me. Put your head on the floor. That's right.
Bobby, do
Stay
you want
there.
me to
Give me
grab
your
the,
hands. Don't resist
money
them.
off Haywood
Don't
as well?
resist them.
Fucking.
Can you fucking touch
Dare.
that?
I'll hold your head against this wall and push your face against it.
What, like you did to
Show
Ewan,
a
huh?
little bit of
Like you did to
respect.
fucking
Calm
Ewan?
down. Calm down. Jesus, Sheila.
Spiky.
Okay, what?
Yep, because that's smart.
I think we should
Oh.
just take this back to a station. Don't you agree, Bobby?
Alright, Tristan, take Haywood
Don't
into your
fight
car.
me. Don't fight me.
Fuck you.
Don't fight
I'll
me,
walk
Sheila.
Tristan.
Put me up
Listen,
against
the
another
armory
car if I
door.
have to.
Fuck
before
you.
listen,
I'll
yeah?
walk.
Fuck you.
Cut it out.
Fuck you.
Can you go and impound my vehicle then?
The hell happened to you,
I
Haywood?
know fucking everything.
Oh,
Well,
do we still
trying
need to
to
tie your
de-escalate
legs
the
together too?
situation.
Is this the sort of situation they're at?
Hmm.
I know everything. I know everything. I know fucking everything.
Said,
Watch your head, yes, Sheila.
Wishing for rain as I stand in the desert, but I'm holding you closer than most. 'Cause you are mine. Heaven doesn't seem far away anymore. Now, heaven doesn't seem far away. Heaven doesn't seem far away anymore. Now, heaven doesn't seem far away. A drop in the ocean, a change in the weather. I was praying that you and me might end up together. It's like wishing for rain as I stand in the desert, but I'm holding you closer than most. 'Cause you are my heaven. You are my heaven. Love it when you just don't care. I love it when you dance like there's nobody there. So when it gets hard, don't be afraid. We don't care what them people say. I love it when you don't take no. I love it when you do what you want, 'cause you just said so. Let them all go home, we alright. We don't care what them people say. We don't have to be ordinary. Make our best mistakes. 'Cause we don't have the time to be sorry. So baby, be the life of the party. I'm telling you to take your shot. It might be scary. Hearts are gonna break. 'Cause we don't have the time to be sorry.
Wait, so do you want this on the record or not?
Yeah.
You want it on the record? Okay.
Yeah.
God, I love standing on the table.
Nope. Again.
I'll do it again. Hang on, let me start. Alright, give me 2 seconds. Let me just pull up my. Okay. How am I sounding? Okay.
Yeah, sound good.
Excellent. Okay, the date is Saturday, the 4th of April, 4th of April 2020. The time is now 23:04 hours AEST. This is electronically recorded interview number R284672, being conducted at Sydney City Police Station interview room number 1. This interview is being conducted between one Senior Sergeant Sheila Marie. Also present in this room with her is Sergeant Haywood Jabomi. The interviewing officers in this room are Detective Inspector Brittany Scott and Inspector Bobby Hall of Tactical Operations Unit. Do you understand that both of you that this interview is being audibly and visually recorded, yes?
Yep.
For the purpose of voice identification, could you please both state your full name, please? Sheila first.
Sheila Marie.
Hey, would you blame me?
I do have to caution both of you that anything that both of you do say or do may be recorded in evidence to be later used in a court of law. Do you understand?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You understand that, Haywood?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Sorry, just a quick question. Does anyone have water or frozen coke or anything
Okay.
on them? and
The
something
events
to eat?
leading around this evening. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
So I'm not even going to ask any questions to begin with. I just want the, where do you reckon we go to first? Inspector?
Oh,
Ask-
you got any food on
go
you?
Sheila first.
Sheila?
Sorry, man.
From the point that we finished having our conversation tonight, tell us the events that happened after you left the police station.
Went for a drive.
Went for a drive. And that drive was in your police uniform, correct?
Yes, it was. Thought I was only gonna go for a little bit. But as I sat down and relaxed, thoughts got to my head. Brittany.
Okay, so that was just a simple yes or no answer. And yes, you're in your police uniform and you're driving a marked police vehicle. Correct?
Yes, I was driving a marked police vehicle.
When you left the station, where was your intention to go?
Just for a drive, as I stated.
Just for a drive. Okay. And how did you end up where you were?
Just ended up there. No particular reason. This is what I found to pull over.
Okay. Did Jabomi come into it?
I messaged him needing a chat. Someone to talk to.
Okay. Why would you, why are you so emotionally unstable at the moment?
Let's just say things build up over time. Brittany.
Okay, so we'll hit the nail, obviously, that's in the middle of the room on the head, and is that problem myself?
Oh, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I don't have
You-
any
you
idea
don't?
what you're talking
You
about.
really, you really don't know what I'm talking about.
No, Sheila, that's why I'm asking you.
Okay. You want to tell me what that case is of yours then?
It's once again, I was never in control of that case. So I don't know where that case is at the moment.
You don't know, but you're a detective. You're the detective
Sheila,
inspector.
at the end of the day,
No.
you-
At the end of the day, let's be real. Where's the case, Brittany?
Like I stated, Sheila, I don't handle those cases, so I've not touched that case, so I couldn't tell you where that case is. Probably still up on the chief's desk, like where it's supposed to be.
Oh, yeah, the chief that you're in with. That's why you're still here, probably because of him, right?
Sheila, can I just remind you of the conversation we had earlier about my personal life coming to matters of my work is regardless. So you can continue to bring that up, Sheila, but then I will continue to bring the work discipline that comes along with those comments that you do make. Because once again, Sheila, what you are bringing across to me is all speculation and suspicion of what you think has happened.
What?
Now, at the end
Oh,
of the
what?
day, this
What I
isn't an
think I
interview.
happened.
This is an
Okay.
interview of what I've done. At the end of the day, you've got yourself into trouble today. You can attempt to blame me for that, but you've made the conscious decision to take a police vehicle and a police uniform and go and discharge a weapon in public. That's what we are investigating today.
At a police vehicle as well. Shooting the vehicle.
What's the
Now,
point?
This wouldn't matter if you guys went to, shooting range and did it.
Or
Couldn't
we
care
had
less.
this personal conversation that's your problem at the moment, Sheila. Like I said, out of your environment, outside of work, that conversation.
What? So you could murder me too?
No.
Like you tried to do with Ryder that night, huh? No, that's exactly what happened.
Sheila, I'm going to give you one chance to calm down.
Calm down. Calm down after something like that. Calm down after all the shit I know.
Look, Bobby, Rooney, no offense to you.
No,
but
there's no need
no,
to interject at this moment.
No, there is. If no offense to you,
Okay,
but Bobby, if there's someone else that can do the
You
interview,
can get out your Jablami
it's
removed.
probably going to be better.
Why is that? She's a detective. She knows the best way to crack it down. So.
Well, because there's obviously an issue here with Sheila and.
Well, if it
and it's
doesn't
just
get
gonna
settled
escalate
here,
the
it's
situation.
never gonna get settled. So.
What, like the case that was supposed to get settled months ago, which didn't happen?
Like I've stated, Sheila,
That was supposedly
that
to be
case
dealt with, and
is
it's
not
still.
open for yourself, and if you were aware of the court process or you're paying attention to the court process, that case is still active and still running. And that process was discussed about in a court of law the other day.
Okay.
Exactly. So what you guys
Okay,
may
I'm
think,
gonna
what
look like
you
the
see
bad
in
guy.
the public eye, and what you guys may think you see as leadership in the police, there is many things that happen behind closed doors that you do not see. And one of those things, Sheila, is something that I can guarantee, and it sounds stupid, and it is still active at this current moment, is the current investigation into that case. Obviously, I don't have any information, Sheila, because I'm actively involved in the case. So I don't know where it's at. I don't know what they're doing, because I cannot know.
Yeah, I can assure you both that it is still active, but the officer in charge of that whole
Suddenly went MIA.
yeah,
Where is he?
When, yeah, well, that's the thing, we don't know. So if he wasn't here to finish the case, so the only person that had full fucking knowledge of all this shit is gone. So
Who says that his notes aren't still around, Bobby? Who says
okay,
someone
well,
doesn't still have everything?
whoever has the notes, then continue it. I don't know why you guys are giving her shit still to this day. You know.
I haven't been given a shit. I've stayed out of it.
Okay, well then.
All I was doing was trying to look out for my senior sergeant and calm her down so that she didn't do something stupid.
Don't you think?
And I understand that shooting a police vehicle was probably something stupid, but we have insurance for that.
All right, you.
Well, we don't have insurance to cover $1 million lawsuits on someone witnessing a police officer discharging a weapon into a car. Because we've got standards, and those standards are seen by the public. So the second that public eye is compromised is when we come down super hard. And the fact that this was going on in a public car space, in full public view, is what makes it the issue.
No point me arguing, because no matter what I say, it's just...
Oh,
He's
Sheila,
gonna be
no.
dazzled.
You're just not
Yeah,
liking what I'm
no.
responding to you with, yeah?
Oh,
I've told
this
you that the
is-
case is active. I told you I can't tell you anything else about it. There's nothing else that I can physically do in my powers, in my job, right here, right now, to satisfy those needs for yourself. So I've said what I've needed to say. Now we're moving on to the point that you have consciously done this evening and shut up a police car. This interview is to save both your jobs, or give you less of a punishment that is on the way. That's the intention of this interview. It isn't to incriminate you anymore. Because if you were going to be incriminating, we would be moving a lot longer onto the charging to the charging stage, yeah. But we're willing to sit here and listen to what's going on, so we can compromise and potentially keep jobs and don't lose ranks and go on that sort of line that we had. Let's go down that line of making the sort of disciplinary actions that I'm sure that Bobby and I don't want to do, and I'm sure if the chief was here, it would be a whole different story.
Yep. So if word gets to him, you both are fucked. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, well, that seems a bit unfair considering I've never done anything wrong at all on the force, and I've always been there for fellow officers, and that was all I was doing tonight.
We expect you to be there for other officers, Jabrami. We absolutely do. What we don't expect is someone to bend or defend somebody who is clearly breaking their law, regardless if they're your senior, regardless if they're in uniform, regardless if they've got a police car. You still expect yourself to stand up and to say something about that and say that it is wrong, because that's what is expected of you as a leader.
Let's just say this. You told the other officers to leave the area because you were trying to calm them down, right? So no officers would respond to that shots fired. What gives you the reason? What like, don't you think she could possibly, I'm not saying that she would, what if she shoots you in the head? No one's going to respond to it. Because you're taking care of that, right?
Then that's on me.
Yeah, so
and
don't you think...
I put enough trust and loyalty in my senior sergeant to know that she wouldn't do that. And the reason that I asked the other cops to go away, as I would do for either of you if it had been in your shoes, swapped with hers, I would tell other officers to go away to try and reduce the impact of it spreading through the force and any, bullshit, back chatting, fucking, you know, under the breath fucking whispers and people gossiping and
So
all that
did
sort of
did
stuff.
you try get her weapon at all from her at all?
No, of course I didn't.
So she's shooting
How
at
would that? Okay, so us being friends or not, and co-workers.
Yep.
Do you really think in that situation, if I'd gone up to her and gone and tried to take her weapon or put her in
yeah,
cuffs,
calmly,
that
yeah.
that wouldn't have escalated the situation?
What if she turns around and shoots herself? She's like, I'm sick of this shit. I don't want to do it anymore, and she shoots herself.
Who's willing to punch your own
Would you
boss in
be
the head?
yeah? Would you
I
be
trust her
responsible for
enough
her
not to
death?
do that.
You can't. It's
Hmm.
one of those things. You said she's letting off steam. The best way is to slowly and calmly try to get that weapon off her and calm her down. Not let her just discharge it. God knows where police come.
I'm sorry, if you'd seen the change in her temperament from when I got there to when you guys turned up, it was a lot less than what it was.
Okay, I guess what Bobby and I are expecting from the both of you is understanding of the position that we're in. Because yeah, I can understand the position that you're both in. I can understand letting off steam. I can understand being there to help somebody. I can understand that. Now understand where your leaders are trying to come from in stating that you've compromised the integrity of this police force by making the decisions you've made today. I understand you're doing it all with the best intentions, but that's what has happened today. We've had a rogue police officer, and that's what I will call it, a rogue police officer discharging a weapon
I'm the
at
rogue
a
one in the
police
room.
car.
Okay. Okay.
If you're not going to get over that, Sheila, then this process is going to take a lot longer.
At the end of the
You don't
day,
like being
I'm the
labeled?
rogue officer.
You don't like being labeled? Well, don't label other people. If you have a rogue police officer discharging a weapon,
I don't think I
in
was the one
clear
who was
public
labeling
eye.
people, Brittany.
You finished?
There's no point me arguing because at the end of the day, my
That's
point doesn't
fine.
matter and
So
nothing's
what are
gonna
you
get
telling
done.
us, Sheila, that there's no other option but to fire you right here, right now? Is that what you're telling us? You're telling us that there's absolutely no trust that you can give either Bobby and I, let alone the chief, that you cannot keep your job? Is that what you're telling us?
Not at all.
I'm just disappointed. Both of yous.
I get that you guys may not understand where we come from, but our leadership team works well, and we're not just talking about our sergeants and our senior sergeants. We're talking about inspectors and the chief. We work well because we all do our own set roles. And my set role, sadly enough, involves the looking into criminal charges. And I don't want to do that. Because I understand there's something bigger going on in this picture, and I can understand that someone is frustrated.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, Brittany, going against, higher ups orders, especially that of the superintendent, I did that for you.
Okay. Like I said, you guys are trying to bring up these things of a past incident. That is a completely different active police investigation that I will not comment on. So you guys can keep bringing up little smart comments about it, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to comment on them.
I haven't mentioned one comment about it. All I've said is that I disregarded an order
Okay,
to come and help you.
that's fine. And there's been a pretty clear disregard in not just an order, but procedure, policy, let alone our own integrity this evening. Now you guys can keep bringing up the past, but we're here to talk about today.
You both are FTOs, right?
Yep.
And you both had weapons off duty?
Repeat over.
Yes.
How
Well,
are
I mean,
you-
I was on a meal break, and then I was about to go back on duty.
How, regardless, from the time of the casino incident up until now, how many hours is that? A good 3-4 hours. So you're telling me you didn't have 3 hours spare to put that weapon away? And how are you supposed to set a good example to other, new recruits that join? They see you carrying a police-issued weapon off duty. They're like, oh, I can do that too. My FTO did it. So you both did not have 30 seconds to go to the station and deposit the weapon.
As I said before, I went to go and have my meal break. I was about to go back on duty. Brittany called me into the office before my meal break, had an interview with Sheila.
Yep.
It escalated. Sheila started walking out. I went and had my meal break. I was still here at the station. I hadn't left the station. When I came back from my meal break, I had a message from Sheila.
You know what?
So no, I didn't think about walking inside and putting what I had on me away. I went to go and find out what was wrong because I was worried about my senior sergeant. So if that's an offence, then book me for it.
It is.
I
So what if
apologise
someone
that I didn't
steals
put it
that
away.
weapon off you? Police issued carbine rifle that you
Where I'm
shouldn't
gonna
have.
Sorry, Bobby. Go on.
Then clearly a mistake was made by me, and I'll own that. But, as I said, I didn't have time to think about what was going on. I got a message from Sheila. She sounded upset. I'm beyond upset. And I went to go and see what was wrong.
Bobby.
Yep.
Do you know how, I guess, we've got a good little quarter of our leadership team in front of us, don't we?
Mhm.
Put it across to you guys. Now, I'd half expect Sheila as a senior sergeant to handle some of these situations on her own accord. And to Bobby, you know, you wouldn't be far off having to handle a couple of these situations on your own accord. So how do you two think that we should deal with this situation right now as leaders? Not as your own personal opinion, as a professional police officer and a leader in the police force, how would you deal with this current situation?
How would I deal with it?
Yeah.
Me personally?
No, I'm saying personally. No, I'm talking about it. I want your professional opinion as a police officer. I'm not standing here going, I'm personally feel bad for Sheila. Because I personally feel bad for Sheila. But once again, as a leader, I have to uphold the integrity of the police force so everyone else does so too.
Fine, then as a leader, to uphold the integrity and all that sort of stuff. And again, as I said before, not to have rumors go running around through the lower ranks of the department and all that sort of shit. Then I would deal with it in-house and away from them. I would keep it to the 4 people that are in this room and have it dealt with. If there was disciplinary action needed, then time off,
That's
a
what I'm looking at.
suspension,
So that
or
this
something like
disciplinary
that.
action is needed in this situation. Regardless, we have to have an outcome of the situation. Because I say this to every single person. I've had plenty of police officers that I've interviewed in the same concept, and they all said the same thing. I want to do it again. I want to do it again. Oh, but if you just give me a second chance, what I do, and I've done it with every single one, I have to uphold the same value for every single person that I have in here. It doesn't get changed for wherever officer is sitting in the chair. So at the end of the day, there is some sort of disciplinary action that's got to happen today. It's finding out between Bobby and myself is how severe that action is going to be. And you know, like we said, we don't want to bring the chief into this.
Well,
But
speaking
if
for
we can't come
myself,
up with a collective decision together, well, that's what's probably going to have to happen.
speaking for myself, I've never done anything wrong in the force. I've always been there to back up fellow officers and all that sort of stuff. So,
But you told me that's all it takes. This is what I had with a recruit the other day, not even a recruit, sorry, a constable the other day, walking around with his own police kit and shot somebody off the taser on his bike. And he said, I've never been in trouble before. I said, I don't have an option. Because the person who'd done that before had a taser, he'd done the same thing, and I fired him. Similar situation now, discharging police weapons in public. Sure, it's not at somebody, but it's at an item. Sure, you're just associating with
I
that.
understand what you're talking about because I was there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know which officer it was, and I was upset about it because I was looking out for that officer, and I've taken him out for training and all that sort of stuff, and it's not what I expected of him.
Excellent.
But in saying that, he was also very new to the force.
Yeah, and he got given a nice second chance. I'm not talking about that. Not many people do get a second chance. This is what I'm saying. If I'm finding it that there's, Bobby and I can stand here and say, look, we understand, but there's no understanding coming across the table, especially onto your behalf, Sheila. The person who's instigated this whole situation this evening, and someone who we uphold to a very high level of respect and honesty.
Well, the main issue is that you both are leaders and you're doing this, and you guys are supposed to be the heads. Sheila is the head of Highway Patrol, and she's doing stuff like this. You're the sergeant of Highway Patrol, and you're doing stuff like this. If it was a constable that was doing it, I'd be like, sure, they don't know better. They are new to the force.
Okay, and that's fair. I understand where you're coming from with that.
But you
But
guys,
also, in that same aspect, I got to this position because of how well I've done, how I've trained other officers,
Yeah.
never let anyone astray, been there for everyone and all that sort of stuff. So it seems a bit harsh to come down on me this hard now knowing full well that I've never stepped out of line beforehand. And
And
literally, if you understand the situation, you know that I was just going there to try and de-escalate the situation. And this is just speaking for myself. Like Sheila can speak for herself, but
oh, I know that.
I was just going to do what I think was right.
Yep. And
Go
I
ahead,
know
Haywood.
was involved in this too. But what about Brittany? She never did anything other than what's quote unquote been said about her. That's her first time doing it too. Does that mean
And I've never
she
taken a
gets
side on that.
she's gonna get a her out of jail card too?
I've never taken a side on that, and
But
both
we're not-
Brittany and Sheila know that.
No, I'm
Jabami,
just
we're
saying.
we're not questioning your own, professionalism and integrity with the police force in the past whatsoever. Because like you've exactly said yourself, you don't get those positions without showing that sort of dedication and leadership. But like I keep bringing up, guys, my current problem is what's progressed this evening. Now, Jabami, I know you're doing it all with the best intention. Your best intention to, help out Sheila. We do a lot of things with best intentions.
But it wasn't just about that. It was also to save face for the force. I didn't want people,
And this is where
questioning
we ended
her loyalty to the force and all that sort of stuff. Because when it comes down to it, we're both loyal to the force.
Yeah.
No one's questioning the loyalty.
That's what we're questioning. Because I'm questioning the actions that have progressed this evening. And Jabami, I'm sure if you even called Bloody Bobby on his mobile, you called myself on my mobile, jumped on a radio, you couldn't take off Sheila and let us know that this situation was going on. You think it's going to get out of hand? Could someone come and pick up the police car and just leave? I'll stay here with Sheila with her jumper on, and it'll be fine.
I didn't
Excellent.
think it was
But the
going to get
fact
out
that
of hand.
our reports were just all repeatedly shots fired.
Were you there when she was shooting at the car?
For a bit
Tell
of
me
it.
the truth. Okay, so you witnessed her shooting at the car and the petrol coming out.
I didn't see the petrol coming out.
Alright, well, there was definitely petrol coming out of the car, and you know what happens if that petrol goes up in flames, yeah?
I know exactly what happens.
You both would have died at the scene.
And I'll be honest, when she shot at the car, I told her that she needed to stop.
Yeah,
And
but
she did.
I mean, when did you tell her that? Because when I just got on duty to respond to your call, the shots were still coming. So from
What do
the
you mean
time
to respond to my call?
from the time I arrived on that scene to you guys, a minute before that, the shots were coming. So did you tell her to stop shooting?
From what call?
The shots fired. How do you think we found you guys?
Well, I know exactly how you found us because
Yeah,
of the
okay.
shots fired.
And when did you tell her to stop exactly?
Just before you guys turned up.
How long were you there?
Not that long.
Yeah, how long?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15? I don't want an exact number.
Probably,
estimate.
yeah, 5-10 minutes.
Alright.
I'd literally been there long enough to light a smoke and start talking. I still had the cigarette when you guys turned up. I put it out when I walked over to you.
We've had enough from Diploma. The only real person you need to impress, I guess, or to convince Sheila is Bobby. So regardless of what hatred you got for me, you've got to convince that man over there.
Not to say you fucking punched me as well.
Anyone look at this, Bobby? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Probably thinking if Sheila's having some serious emotional issues, it cannot be trusted to be released back on duty.
Well,
So at least from
she
this point, I'd
definitely
be
needs time off.
recommending,
I mean, she
temporary
punched me. So, yeah.
suspension. Yeah. So I'll get the temporary suspension written up for Sheila. We'll pen that suspension for we'll do a maximum of 24 hours just for the time being.
Yeah.
We can have a chat with the chief. Can I still be heard or not?
Yeah, we definitely have to let him know.
Oh, sorry, no, I just had a bit of an issue.
So this whole thing was to keep it between the four of us, and the chief wasn't going to be told about it.
Well, if Sheila's not willing
Don't you think he's gonna get
to
the report off the
compromise and
suspension?
talk to us,
What is there to say? You've heard everything anyway.
well, there you go, Sheila. If that's the attitude and
What
the
what
way you
else
wanna
am
look
I
at this
supposed to say,
situation.
Brittany?
And like I said to you, Sheila, you don't need to be talking to me. I don't particularly care what you gotta say to me. Well, who do you
I
have to
mean,
impress?
you're the one-
That man over there.
you're the one
If you wanna
interviewing
keep
me.
Picking me. Well, I'm not. No. interviewing officers include Inspector Bobby Hall. So once again, and like I've stated, we are the same rank. He looks after your department. He's going to have the final say. So you need to talk to him, convince him.
Chief is gonna know regardless, because the reports go to him anyway.
You can't mess that. He's gonna know. It's if we go about this the right way or the wrong way. You can find about
So
it
then
tomorrow.
what's the
Bobby
point of
and I
them not
dealing with
telling
it
us
tonight.
before? What if the chief had heard about it? Like,
Because
bother
the
even
point
saying that
is,
if the
I'm about
chief's
to
in
let
here
me
about it in the
finish,
first place?
Jabalmi. If you let me finish my sentence, you probably have an understanding of that situation, yeah? If you let us finish this situation between the Bobby and myself right here, right now, and Sheila would open up, we'd have a conversation, we could see empathy, we could see understanding, we could see change, we would probably consider it differently. But the fact that Sheila's not showing us anything whatsoever, she's obviously clearly just aggressive and very upset with myself. She won't even talk directly with her own boss. She shows us she
Oh, breaking up.
Yeah, I can't hear Brittany.
That's okay. So, alright. The issue is not even that. The issue is how many other officers already know about this situation. So even if me
Well-
and Brittany don't tell them, they're gonna tell them, and Chief is gonna come straight to us and ask us if he knew about this situation, and we can't lie to him. So we're gonna say, yeah, we did. We took care of it. And what do you think? You think he's gonna be happy with me and Brittany not, telling him this? If it was just me and Brittany knowing it, fuck, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't tell him. I'd have back of both of these.
I know that Tristan won't say anything.
Yeah, it's not just Tristan. It's like 3 other constables that know about this.
Then speak to them and tell them that you're dealing with this in-house and that if there's anything said about it, this is exactly the whole reason why I wanted to go and try and de-escalate the situation myself. It's because I didn't want other officers to be going around talking about it.
Well, they were gonna tell him anyway.
Well, I mean, not to bring it up again, but look at the shit that happened with Brittany when fucking all of that went down. As soon as one person talked about it, everybody knew about it, and it just made the situation worse because people started getting opinions
Yeah, and I didn't
when they
even
might
knew
not have
about
had
it.
the full information.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it. You didn't even know about it. We just heard it because other people got involved. And that's what I mean. If
Bobby.
you've taken Sheila somewhere else,
What do you mean we didn't know about it?
It's not Haywood's fault.
I was one of the last person to know about the whole shit that happened with Brittany.
And the night that we went to the beach?
Yeah, we were the final people of the force to know about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
That's what I mean. Like it's not just
We might have
me
been
and
the final
Brittany.
people to, yeah, but we might have been the final people to know about it, but we were thrown straight into the middle of it.
That's
Which means
because
we had
were-
more information about the situation than any of the other people who were
That's
talking
because
about it.
we got involved with it. No one else wanted to get involved with it. But that's not even what we're supposed
And
to talk about. That's not even the case here.
I know that's not the case, but it's the same point. It's the same principle. The only reason I went with you that night is to make sure that nothing stupid happened.
I mean, it didn't.
Exactly. And I'm glad it didn't, because I didn't want to be put into into a position where I had to choose.
But
And it's the same thing
okay,
tonight.
but I'm just saying it's not even us. Like even if we don't tell Chief, who knows what like the other officers might have already even told Chief by now via email. I mean, he's obviously I don't know what his plans would be. I don't think he will fire you guys, but the point is he will have to know regardless. He's the chief. There's no hiding anything from him. If not tomorrow, there's gonna be a day he's going to know. I don't
No,
know.
it's the same reason. It's the same reason I said right at the start of this interview. If you want Sheila to talk to you and all that sort of stuff, then it's probably best that Brittany isn't in here. I'm sure with a recorded interview, it can be dealt with by someone else. Even get Tristan in here as another officer.
But Tristan's not involved in it. He's new.
I know that he's not involved in it, but he was on the scene. He had already spoken to me.
Yep.
He turned up and took me into custody.
Hmm.
So I mean, he was involved. And if you I honestly don't see Sheila
So
talking to
you said
Brittany.
Tristan already came to you guys beforehand?
And Tristan was one of the officers that turned up when
And
I
then
first told him to not worry about it.
And he didn't tell me, yeah?
No,
That's good.
because told him that I was going to deal with it.
Yep, that's good. He's not in your department, so you don't really have a say over him.
I know I don't have a say over him. I didn't say it as an officer. I said it as a friend.
Well, you guys definitely need to separate, being friends and work. They're not the same thing. We're all friends too, but at the same time, we work for the same police force, so...
Yeah, we do. But
And our loyalty to the force isn't in question. Neither is our friendship.
I mean, shooting the police car, that really says otherwise.
Yes, I
This
see.
all could have been different if you guys were doing this somewhere else, somewhere quiet, up on a mountain, anywhere else, but in the middle of the city, on a car park, at a police car, come on. Like, if you're gonna shoot a police car, take it somewhere out of the city or fucking down a ditch in something. I don't know. I'm just disappointed. I don't know what I can say.
The punch wasn't.
Oh yeah, give me a good black eye with that one. Yeah,
Look, I'm sorry. Okay, that after tonight, after it's just a lot after shit the win.
your door's open. Oh, okay. You just came out of nowhere. Are you good? You got your voice back? Guessing not. Britt? Alright, well, safe to say she not gonna be talking.
Sweet enough. Thank you so much for the host, brother. I appreciate it. What's poppin'? Apologies. It's a really middle of the day, puppy.
I don't know. I can't let you go back on duty for at least 24 hours until you cool your shit down, Sheila. Because it's gonna have to be within protocol. Everyone else has to, go through a suspension. So regardless of what rank or power you have. Same thing, I would be in the same shoes as you if I did shit like that too. Chief would happily put me in suspension. What steam? Didn't you guys shoot enough people tonight already? At the casino?
That's.
I mean, I did.
Sure enough, that would have been better.
I didn't have to blow off steam. It was fine.
I mean, I had to blow off steam, and tonight was the perfect one, so I don't know.
But
You got a lot of steam then, Chill.
old stuff that you know for so long.
Yes, but at the same time, like, I don't know how much of that is true, and the case has been going missing for fuck knows how long, and I just, for my own mental health, I don't give a fuck about it anymore, dude. Like, sure, it was a murder, but, like, it's gonna hurt me more than do me any good.
Okay,
You know how much...
that's the exact situation, Bobby. If you were in Sheila's shoes and say you knew all this information and all this sort of stuff, and the lead investigator just disappears,
I
leaves,
know the
quits, and all that
information.
sort of stuff, yeah, well then, if you were in her position and then just copped an earful from Brittany, the main person that the investigation was about, to then have a go at you questioning your loyalty to the force because you dealt with a suspect that had a warrant out for them because you were doing what was right for the force and making sure that that suspect went to jail, and then to have the person who you've questioned ever since this whole situation's happened come down on you and blame you of the same thing. Like, how would you react?
Oh,
Who would who would
question.
who would you go to if you thought that the only person that was above her she was in bed with.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying that she is or isn't.
we are
I'm
gonna
just saying.
question each other regardless. There's gonna be a time we're gonna question Sheila, and if we're gonna get upset and pissed off about everything, I know, like, we
Look,
both,
I
we
get,
all,
I
all
get what
three
you're
of us
saying.
know what happened, but
I-
how much of that do we think is true about the whole death with the warlock? We don't know shit. I don't know shit. I've just heard it. We went to
And
court
if
3
someone,
times.
okay, in Sheila's position, say you did know something, who would you go to in the force to try and get it looked at?
No one to.
No one.
Exactly. So what would, you know,
But I
in
wouldn't
Sheila's
just go
position,
and
are you
start
just meant to just
shooting
leave
shit
it?
up.
What else am I supposed to do? There's only a certain amount of time before I can't handle this shit, and after tonight,
But how much of it does it affect you exactly? Because it doesn't affect me one fucking bit. I'll tell you that much. Someone else's death, sure, but you know, Brittany's the person is someone I'm working with, and if I'm gonna have a mentality of oh, she's a killer, I don't know how much of that is true.
not the point. I didn't sign up to defend corruption, Bobby. I signed up to help the people.
Okay, how do you know she did it?
All the
how mu-
evidence is there, Bobby. I have
What
everything.
evidence gathered? Okay, what evidence do you have that she did it?
I have
Do you
everything
have-
right in you,
Okay,
Bobby.
yeah, okay. Do you have a weapon that was used by her? Do you have blood sample that was of her? We just know she was missing on that day that happened of a said person's death. Fuck, it could have been anyone. Could have been me doing it. We don't know how much of that is true, and I don't wanna fucking go in this goose chase, because we did that for a month and it went fucking nowhere. For my mentality, for my own sake, I just drop it. I don't give a fuck. Now, if it comes to me having to question corruption every time I'm dealing with a suspect, or she comes to talk to me, it's not gonna be good. And I'm telling you, if you're here to question her or her to question you all the time, the police force is not gonna work. So either you have evidence, take her to court and hit her with it, or drop it, because it's the whole argument is not gonna do anyone good.
What's the point?
No, do you have evidence of it? Yes or no?
There's no point, Bobby, because it will get nowhere.
Okay, why wouldn't you said you have evidence? If it's good evidence, it will go somewhere.
Okay, if she gave you evidence that changed your mind,
I fucking
or if
testified
you,
against her.
and I know, and if you had evidence that changed your mind and made it pretty well fucking set in stone,
That it was her, take it to court. You say it's good evidence, right?
and who's gonna stick up for us? We're just a senior sergeant and a sergeant.
That's a pretty that's a really high fucking rank. I don't know if
Yeah, but it's not high enough if there's other stuff involved.
This is where it gets stuck, because can't take to Super Nintendo. He won't do it.
Can't take it to Brittany because she's involved. The only person that knows anything about the situation that was around for that is you.
Yeah, man, I don't know how much of that shit is fucking true, so I'm not gonna pursue something I'm not gonna go make fun of myself,
And-
take something to court and realize, oh, she wasn't the one who actually fucking pulled the trigger.
This is my
You and I
entire
need to
point.
have a chat.
Is it honestly feels like that it's going nowhere, and at the end of the day, what am I protecting anymore? What am I going out of my day?
Protecting the people, you're not protecting Brittany. Brittany's just someone who, is a leader of not even your department. You don't
Yeah,
have
but
to worry about it.
I put on the uniform every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all
If you-
do. To go out for people to trust us. But how can people trust us when things like that are known to the public, Bobby?
What you can do is in your hands. You can't control other people.
Is it really though?
Yeah, it is. So you're here to protect and serve. That's what you do. You worry about yourself. If you have other things to take against people, then do it. But if you don't, then
And she
just
was
drop it.
doing that, and she got called into the office, and then questioned her loyalty to the force because
I'm sure
she's-
Brittany had a reason. I don't think Brittany's just gonna randomly pull her into her office and talk shit.
I mean, there's been tension between the two of them for a long time.
Yeah, I can fucking tell why.
Mhm.
So I don't know what the situation was, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know why you guys are still going on. Like, We are here to protect the people, not Brittany or whoever the fuck. Okay, then you do that. The same way I'm doing it. The same way, you know, Haywood's doing it. If justice is not gonna get Brittany, and if she really did it, then fucking karma will. But for you to keep this whole rage for fucking God knows, well, I know why, but don't know how much of that is true. And I don't know if your evidence is really much of an evidence. I don't know, you know. But you can't. It's gonna hurt you more than it will do you any good. So the same way this exact rage got you in this position.
Maybe this is what needs to happen in order for something to fucking happen, because nothing seems to fucking happen.
It won't. Like, if you do realize, if you keep stuff like this and want to take her to court, she's gonna say you're insane, right? Because you were caught shooting at a police car, and you think the judge is gonna believe a word out of a police officer that's gone rogue and shooting cars? The thing with your stuff is, Sheila, you got caught in this whole mess. Brittany didn't, and that's why she's, you know, she's still standing there, because no one caught her. It's all just, did she do it? What if she didn't? She could have done it. No one actually knows if she did it. So this is just gonna hurt you more. The more you carry on with this.
Someone's got to.
You and I need to have a chat.
Because...
Look, man, I don't know.
No, I mean, seriously, you and I need to have a chat.
Because if someone doesn't stand from this side, a lot of people trust me to bring justice, and if I have to do it on one of the officers, then I will try my absolute hardest. And that's what they expect. And then I'm getting told basically, because it kind of feels like that you sort of just tell me to put the case aside because nothing's going to happen.
I mean, that's what it feels like, hasn't it? For the past 2 months when we went to court. I even went up there and fucking testified against her and nothing happened.
The people are still waiting.
I saw her shoot at me. If anyone's gotta be pissed, it's me. She tried to fucking kill me. So...
And yet she's still walking through.
Yeah, but well, she... Did you see how she fought in court?
Yep.
Yeah.
As I said, there's no point because...
It's not gonna go anywhere. We don't have good evidence. We don't even know. Like, does your evidence clearly state that she did it 100%? Not even 99, 100% it was her.
I know what happened to Ewan.
Okay, go on. Here, I'll turn this off.
I'm not. Where's Brittany?
She's out of the city.
Fair enough.
Go. What happened?
The day that we got questioned about that beach thing.
Yeah.
Remember how I said my car broke down and I couldn't come in for my interview and that's why I was late?
I don't really remember, but sure, go on.
Well, I mean, I came in late for the interview. It was just after you, because remember I was in the other room.
Oh, with the chief? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The reason I was late was because I got a message asking me to go out to the prison to talk to her because she couldn't trust anyone else.
Uh-huh.
And she told me that she was there on the scene and that the whole thing happened with the kidnapping and that. But then Faith had the gun and Brittany slipped and
No,
bumped,
Sada.
and that's Sada, sorry. And that was how he got killed. That she bumped him. That she bumped Sada.
So Sada pulled the trigger.
Mhm.
Alright then. Okay. And what, no one's giving a fuck about Sada? Everyone's just pinning this on Brittany? Are we really that fucking blind? You have that information? The owner of the casino that's walking away free of that person's murder haven't even brought in for questioning.
Well, that's what I've been sworn to secrecy about. And that's what I've had to deal with the entire time that I've been trying to do all of this.
Okay, so it wasn't Brittany who shot her, it was Sada, so she was the murderer.
Well, Brittany told me that she apparently slipped and bumped Sada.
But it also
And
seems...
that's how the gun went off.
Also,
No, look.
you know what else seems odd? That, you know Ryder?
Yeah, of course I know Ryder.
Brittany arranged to meet up with Ryder one night. Ryder gave me the notes to the case that he had planned out. All the evidence is practically there.
Sorry, but Ryder was a loose fucking cannon, so I don't know how much of Ryder stuff I can hold that, you know, credible.
I can. But the night that Ryder met up with Brittany, it seems a coincidence that he nearly ended up dead.
Okay, well, what? Did Sada do it again? I mean, you literally just told me Sada was the one who pulled the trigger, and you're sitting here questioning Brittany? Why aren't you both after Sada? Can you both explain me that if you guys have this evidence?
Why didn't Brittany say that Sada did it instead of saying that she doesn't know what happened to him?
But I don't fucking know. Maybe they're friends. I'm not sure. They probably were.
They're not friends.
That back
They
in
don't talk anymore.
Melbourne. Okay, so they were friends.
Okay, and after that situation, when we turned up at Sheila's house, when we got thrown into the whole situation, did it look like they were friends?
Okay, that's not the point. Why haven't you both brought in Sada for questioning?
Because I'm not a detective. It's not my strong point.
You don't have to be a detective. It's simple questions that you gotta ask. Did you do it? Why'd you do it? So clearly Sada was the one who pulled the trigger, and we're just going on about Brittany, quote unquote, pushing what, Sada? You say slipping Sada?
Apparently, she slipped and bumped her.
Bumped.
Apparently.
Somehow a bump
That's
goes.
the story that she told me.
Somehow from a bump it goes to pulling the trigger. How does that work?
Well, that's what I'd like to know.
Okay, so.
And I told you from day one that I wouldn't
Alright,
pick sides.
Tell me this. How do you shoot someone in the back of the head? You have to point the gun at them, right? So you're telling me Sada was pointing the weapon at Ewan at one point.
Well, I don't know the situation
she
on
had
the boat. All I know
intent
is
to shoot
that that's what I got told.
Okay, well, so she had an intention of shooting Ewan, or else she wouldn't point the gun in the back of his head.
From the story we heard that what I have overheard at the house with Sada that night that we were there, was that she was forced to do it.
Okay, you're not forced to pull a gun up and aim it at someone. There's no force in that.
There can be. Peer pressure.
You're doing something for a friend.
Peer
the same
pressure
situation
on
that
murder? Do you know how nuts that sounds? I don't
It's-
think you guys are.
Bobby.
This is not peer pressure into smoking or sniffing.
No.
Cocaine. It's murder.
It's in this day and age. It's not much different these days, Bobby. It's really not.
Okay, Sada could have just dropped the weapon and said, "I don't want to do it."
What if she couldn't?
Yeah.
We got to think of it that way as well.
Okay, but if she could, she would just drop the weapon on the floor. I don't know what the fuck happened, whatever happened. She must have held the gun at Ewan's head. So the fact that you guys are here questioning and putting all the shit on Brittany and not one bit on Sada, that just blows my mind. I don't know.
But it's the same thing. If she had this information, why didn't she bring it up? Why has she neglected to say anything about what happened with Sada? All she has said is that she got kidnapped and taken to the boat, and she doesn't know what happened.
Why didn't Sada come and testify? Oh, there we go. You find the bag. Find your voice yet?
Yeah.
Ah, perfect. There we go.
Yeah.
Where were we? Suspension? 24 hours.
Yeah.
Why?
Sorry, got a lot running through my mind right now.
That's alright. And what about Haywood?
Haywood
Put me down. Just put me down for 24 hours as well.
I
I'd
mean,
rather go for 24 hours and have you guys not suspect whether I'm loyal to the Force or not.
No, I don't.
then-
I'm not questioning your loyalty, man. I'm just you've made mistakes that is just some rookie mistakes from a sergeant. It's not loyalty. I know both of you guys are loyal to the Force. No one ever questioned that. And you both put hard work and hours, and your dedication, it shows a lot. It's the reason why you both are leaders. It's the mistakes that you guys have done. It's rookie mistakes for people like you guys. So if you're getting a suspension, it's not questioning your loyalty. It's because
I know
of
it's
what
not.
you've done.
I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, I know, and I'm letting you know it's not the loyalty we're after. That's
Then-
not the reason why we're suspending.
If I have to be disciplined, I was there. I watched it happen. I should have stopped it. I didn't. I made a mistake. Just send me for 24.
I don't believe he deserves the suspension. The point of the suspension in the eyes of Miss Marie is until she can show
Mental state.
Bobby or Chief and can figure out what is going to be the next step, or she can show that she's had a bit of an attitude change, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, Jabalmi, I'm like I said, we're not questioning anything of your ethic or anything like that. It's just more of, how your actions have been this evening, and that's basically what we're questioning, okay? But from my point of view, Bobby, I don't mind it. I don't know if you want to do verbal, I'd probably just say verbal warning to Jabalmi, probably
Never.
always make sure you're passing on the stuff.
Yeah, the weapons always, regardless of what's happening, put the weapons away. Both of you guys.
It just covers your ass, and even out of force of habit, you pull it out, and then you discharge it, then you're in the shed.
Don't you think I'd like to fucking run around with a fucking carbine rifle? I would love to do it.
But you do.
Bobby, we don't know what you got shoved into your
Well,
jumper.
I mean,
Okay,
off duty, I don't have a carbine rifle.
that's I don't know, Bobby. So, like I said, it's your final decision, but I recommend at least 24 for
Well,
Marie until we can.
Sheila needs to think about some things and decide what she wants to do. I've already talked to her about it, so
That's fine.
she can come back in 24 hours and let me know her decision. With rookie mistake, I just don't want to see it happen again, or else you're gonna face the same consequences of Sheila.
Excellent. Just while we're on the topic of, integrity, talking about people's personal life, personal decisions, all that type of stuff. Big thing to look at, and I understand, is that to look in a few other people's eyes. I understand people can be quick to run an assumption, run an accusation, but sometimes it's nice to take a step back and view something from the bigger picture, because there's always a lot more going on than what you can see. Alright. Got plenty more to say, but I want to make sure I won't say any more.
I think we're done here.
Excellent. At least this time, Miss Marie, you're not getting taken to a house and beaten the shit out of, and then get told you're under arrest. Maybe think about those things, Alright, we'll go upstairs and make sure you put everything away. Miss Marie, then once again, I'll write up your suspension. Or Bobby can write up your suspension quickly. And then for 24 hours, and I'm sure Mr. Bobby will be in contact.
Mr. Black, that is.
Oh, Sheila's so upset. Do I have weapons and I do. Take that.
It changed. Hey, walking out of here in that uniform. Miss Marie is not an option. Don't make me do it, Sheila. I have a personal issue with me, I don't give a shit. Go in there and take your uniform off.
Haven't you done enough, Brittany?
Done enough, have you? You wanna go on and on and on about all this shit that you think is right, Sheila? Your whole police force did not take you to your house and then beat the shit out of their boss and have her finger cut off and do all this other stupid shit by another group. And then what? Then you think, oh, I'm thinking about upholding the role of, the police force. My freaking ass. It was your fault. The integrity of the police force was put at risk anyway by your stupid actions by taking me to your house that night. You
My
screwed
fault!
the case up. No one else screwed the case up. You screwed it up. Because you know what? If there was a case, Sheila, it ain't gonna go anywhere because I got the shit kicked out of me by the police officers that were supposed to be trustworthy in that situation. But instead, they're sending and pointing their guns and putting them over my head and trying to use scare tactics, which obviously didn't work. you want to sit there and be personal? It's your fault, Sheila. That's what happened. Are you gonna go in there and you're gonna take your clothes off or not? No? Because I'll report impersonating police then. Thank you.
Fuck you, Brittany.
Yeah,
Haven't you
whatever,
done
Sheila.
enough?
Yeah, no, I haven't done enough, clearly, Sheila. I'm only trying to make you learn a simple lesson, yeah?
What, a lesson of what?
A lesson of what? For one, gain a little bit of respect for the police force you work for. Yeah.
Really?
What's the other lesson? Yeah, Because you know what? Whatever you think I did, I'm sure that didn't put the integrity of the police at risk in any way. But I'm sure all the actions that you have done after that case has put the integrity of the police at risk many times. So take the call. No? Oh, okay, yep. Get that report going. Thank you, Sheila.
Nice work, Brittany.
Sheila. 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 Sheila.
Hi. Why am I here, Sheila?
Because I'm sorry. I didn't believe you.
You're sorry.
Yes, I fucked up. And I'll get it. Stuck in my job. And I ruined the entire police force's reputation.
Sheila, no one said you sucked at your job.
I do!
Sheila, the situation.
Let's be real.
Let's be real.
I'm.
If we're gonna be real, the whole situation in itself is pretty messed up.
No shit.
Yeah. And the fact that, you know, a criminal process can't just take place without interjection from everyone else. It's just, sad, I guess. And you know what I said yesterday, Sheila, I may feel a little bit bad for her. I guess that's why you're apologizing. Because you know what, yeah, some of it is the truth. Because you weren't the one there getting taken by your own colleagues. So, you know, I don't feel sorry for you, Sheila. I don't feel sorry for you. Because you sure as hell didn't feel sorry for me in those last few days after I got the shit kicked out of me. So I don't know what you want me to do, Sheila. I honestly don't.
Do me the
Don't be
favor.
silly. This
Do
is
it.
what you want. Is this what you want, Sheila?
What else am I supposed to do, Brittany? I fucked
Change,
up my
Sheila.
career.
Change. Show change. Show empathy. Show your bosses that you want your job. Because this is no one else's fault, Sheila, but your own. You have to fix your own issues for you to become the officer that you were and that I'm sure you still are.
No, I'll never be that officer anymore.
That's what you think. This isn't done. Sheila? Have you been drinking?
Yes.
You just want to make things worse for yourself, don't you? We've all made mistakes, Sheila. We all frickin' have. No matter how big that you think those mistakes are, they are all fixable.
Not this one.
It is? Oh.
Not this one.
Sheila, don't drive away. No, you shouldn't be driving. Don't make it worse.
I've done enough.
Down. Sheila.
Sheila, you're drunk. Get out of the car.
No.
Miss Marie, you are drunk. Get out the car.
Yeah, we got her out of the vehicle this one time.
What are you thinking? What you deal with that one?
She threw us her badge, Chief.
No, don't be silly. We all make
Hear
mistakes.
it. I tried telling her that. She doesn't want to listen to me. Sheila, you know, this is the last thing I want to do.
You would be perfectly fine without Sheila dealing with this shit. You would be a great force without me. You don't need Sheila.
That's what you seem to think, Sheila.
It would be so much better without Sheila Marie there.
I'm no good with pity parties, really. Take your badge back. Go to sleep. Sleep it off. Come back tomorrow when you're not suspended.
Do you like that idea, Sheila?
We'll take you home. You're not driving.
I'm capable of driving.
No, you are drunk.
Drive?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Sheila, the last thing I want to do is throw you in cuffs for drink driving. That's the last thing I want to do. As much as you think that that's something that I want to do, I'm not willing to do it. So you're going to comply with us, and we're going to take you home. That's going to be the end of it. You're going to wake up tomorrow, you're going to be off your suspension, or if not, in the chief's office talking about what you can do better. And you're going to get your ass back on duty. Because this is silly.
You know what they say? They fall off the bike, just fucking chafe them to it and push them. That's,
Yeah.
I think.
You know better. And you know you better than this. Fine. Let's go then. Put in the GPS, Sheila.
Whew, that was... Oh, that was spicy.
Thank you, Bobby.
Good.
Alright, bud.
Let's be real though, you would be so
Sorry?
much better without Sheila.
Don't be silly.
It's true.
You and I both know it's not silly.
It's
You
pretty
know you're
true.
better than this. And you know that you're just going down and going through something. Because you know what, Sheila? It wasn't long ago where I was going through something as well. Sorry, Sheila. Please, just a minute. Test me, Cooper. I'm having a very personal conversation with another female in there, and you feel the need to interject into my ear and probe my ear with your arrogance. Disappointing. Fucking meal.
Whoopsies.
I can hear you. Okay, let's go. Now, Sheila, you know this police force deserves you.
No.
The sad reality is, you have to make it worthwhile for the police. So there's so much we can take of this. I understand that you want to walk away from it now, but it's not the right choice, and you know it. I went through some shit, took some fair chunk of time off, and came back with a much better headspace. Don't care what people think I did when I had my time off, or the lead up to what made me have my time off. I don't care, as it's clear I don't care. Because it's my life, Sheila. No one else's. It's the way you need to view your own. You're in charge here. We're not. But we are gonna make sure that you make the right decisions. And the right decision is to leave the cops.
Thanks.
Yes. Okay. Sheila, now I'm gonna put your badge right here on the table. Like I said, I'm not taking it back at this time. I want you to come back with a clear headspace and talk to me. Not as drunk Sheila, not as drugged up Sheila, not as emotional Sheila, as Sheila. That's what I want to talk to when you come back with your badge. Please don't do anything else silly. Okay? Alright. You know what? You may have those moments, Sheila, where we guess despise of each other. Because guess what? That's why. Because we're very similar people. But you at least deserve one of these. So don't make it awkward. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Okay, Sheila. If you need me, call me.
Yeah.